What's up, y'all? I just got back from the largest RV show in the world like 3 days ago in Dusseldorf, Germany. Now here in Hershey, Pennsylvania at the largest RV show in America, taking a look at this massive new destination trailer with 2 full bathrooms and right at $60,000. It is remarkable how large this thing is for the price, which just coming from a European different perspective of campers, this is America right here for sure. I mean, this is big and relatively affordable, which you don't really get anywhere else in the world. So let's go take a look, come on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here taking a look at the 2026 Forest River Aurora Destination Series. This is their 43Condo. Brand new floor plan with 2 full bathrooms from Forest River Aurora. This is a huge destination trailer, kind of designed to be something like a home away from home, not super designed to be towed around with a heavy amount of frequency, but still obviously designed to be a trailer that you can move this thing around. So you can see the floor plan layout here. We'll also get the specs on the screen as well. But you have your floor plan layout. It does have a loft on here and 2 full bathrooms. And then you can see that we have a price at just $59,995 here at the Hershey RV Show. Now, the Hershey RV Show is running from September 10th through September 14th, so I did make it here to this show. And I have some interesting perspective that I want to share with y'all in this video, because this is going to be a great moment for me to highlight, as I have about 40 different videos from Europe that are coming of different RVs that I just toured at an event there in Dusseldorf, Germany last week called Caravan Salon, where I learned so much about the European RV market and really what separates Europe and America and their differences between their RV manufacturing, our RV manufacturing, where we excel and where they excel. And this is a prime example of what America does that just nobody else in the world has. And it's something that is this big, this much interior living space at the price that it's at. You literally will not find anything like this anywhere else in the world, or if it exists, I have yet to find it, because at this price point, this thing is absolutely massive. And coming from Europe, they just don't have anything even remotely close to this big. And one of the first things I learned in Europe is they have special driver's license that they need just to be able to operate a standard pickup truck, essentially. Anything larger than like a Ford Ranger or, you know, something equivalent to that, they need a special license to be able to drive those trucks, which is why so few people even have the ability to tow something like this, because hardly anybody out there even owns a truck to begin with. But then they also have a very different road infrastructure and all these different aspects that also come into that. We'll get into more of these details as we go throughout, but let me know what you think about this interior layout. Really nice lounge, or kind of like L-shaped style sofa right here. We'll have a portion of the sofa that pulls out to make this into a sleeping area as well, so you can get a larger bed space to sleep in. And then we have a ceiling fan in here. Got your vent fan here over the kitchen. It does have a heat pump in the air conditioner, another unique thing at this price range where you get that electric heat source in your AC. And as I turn around, I think y'all notice, but we have a rear access entry door there. So nice big glass entry door along the back wall, has curtains on it so you can still get your privacy there, plus the big window up over top. Really interesting, you know, idea going with this full wall, glass wall along the back instead of just a standard wall with, you know, just traditional windows, or, you know, other alternatives that they could have done in this space. Curious your thoughts on what you think about having this big, you know, glass patio style entry door or exit door in this destination trailer. Keep in mind, another thing people often do with these destination trailers is they set them up at their property and they build a deck around the outside space. So you could build a deck around this entry door right there. Or it is possible that you could do a deck around the back portion of this destination trailer as well, if that was something you wanted to do. Big windows all along your campsite. You have JBL speakers in the ceiling here. And as we turn back around this way, solid surface countertop in here. Get a sneak peek at another floor plan that is coming that they don't have here at the show in the 44Condo. See, that's gonna have a big rear kitchen. But really competitive price point on these. It was so interesting in Europe. A lot of stuff that comes into this price point at this, like, you know, $50,000, $60,000 price range in towable RVs is still stuff that's only like 28 to 30 feet long. Like they have a difference out there in Europe where they have government regulated practices when it comes to their camper construction. So from what I understand in Europe, their RVs have to go through essentially like a crash test. And part of the quality that you see in Europe, where Europe does definitely excel in their quality that they offer from like the base level and upward, there's nothing in Europe that really exists at this level of quality, because in Europe, for instance, what I heard from other sources out there is that they have to be able to, with their towable campers, withstand being rolled over and not crumbling, which something like this, admittedly, it's going to do something like that. It's a aluminum siding with wood framing. If this thing were to tip over, that wood is all going to, crumble over. So your hope is that that never happens. Now in Europe, they're not allowed to even build campers that would have that kind of quality. Now, you can say right away, I think the first thing that comes to mind is, well, that sure, sounds nice. It would be nice to have campers like that. What you have to understand is that means there is far, far, far less variety in Europe than there is in the United States. We have a significant, vast number of options of towable RVs and motorhomes and things here in the United States that just aren't offered other places in the world, because we have different levels of quality that we build into that offer something this size at $60,000 that you just can't find other places in the world. So we get way more variety here in the United States, way more levels of access into the RV space with, affordable price points that try to offer something to people that is more palatable from a financial standpoint than what you can find in other places in the world, because they just aren't even allowed to build something that can manageably be built at that price point and still allow a company to exist and not go bankrupt. So very curious your thoughts on kind of all these perspectives and stuff. And again, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you're subscribed, because I have legitimately 30 to 40 different videos of European campers that are all coming on this channel for months to come. And you'll see all of what I'm talking about there. But going into the kitchen space, again, solid surface countertops. You got your nice stainless steel sink here in this area. You have your 4-burner gas stove. And then you have your nice big residential or nearly residential size oven down underneath here. Your drawer construction is all going to be plywood drawers through here. And then you see you have your 3 drawers there, 3 drawers here. Nice symmetry on here, so you get countertop space on both sides. Plenty of room for your pots and pan handles through this area. Got some of your storage up through here, and then a nice large residential size microwave that doubles as an air fryer and convection oven. So turn back around this way. Get back underneath this sink and try not to move too fast with the camera here. But get down underneath here, you can see some more of your construction down through the space. We do have a wrapped cabinet material, so it's going to be basically like a wood that is wrapped right there for your cabinets. And as we come to the refrigerator and freezer, have a GE residential size refrigerator. Got your freezer portion in the bottom. And then as we turn this way, have our pantry here. And keep in mind, this floor plan has 2 bathrooms. So you got your pantry space, and then as we work our way this way, go through the hallway. I haven't even looked in all these rooms yet, actually. We're just kind of getting a, first impression of this travel trailer. Wow, that's a porcelain foot flush toilet. Gonna have a soft closed toilet seat. Very nice. Good amount of space in here, actually. This is impressive. Ceiling height is great in here, considering there's a loft over the top. And you have your shower there. Now, no vent fan or anything above the shower, because the loft is above us, so you have a vent fan right here with a light on it. I do notice you lose some height here in the shower, so when I get behind the camera, see, I'm standing at almost 6'3" right now with boots on, and the ceiling height is probably good for about 6'6", almost 6'7". And as I step inside, then it does condense down, and now your height's good for probably about 6 foot in this shower. So a little bit more designed for kids, although I will say just a slight bend in the knee for me, and it is comfortable in here. I mean, just a very slight bend in the knee, and I'm still easily able to shower in here. So I would say until you're over like 6'5", this is still a usable shower space. Let's come back out this way. Not a vast amount of storage in this area. Try to turn the camera around relatively slowly, but you see no storage underneath this area here, just your medicine cabinet storage. And then as we keep going back this way, looks like washer dryer, probably. Yep, washer and dryer already installed. This is another thing in Europe, almost nothing out there had washer dryer connection capabilities. Not even did it not have washer dryer installed in almost anything. almost nothing in Europe had the capabilities to even have a washer dryer to begin with. Because of their strict laws on weights and towing and needing special driver's license and stuff like that, they also were very regulated on how heavy their campers can be, and things like washer and dryer certainly set them over the limit of what they are able to build in a towable camper. So very few options out there that offer something like that as well. Looks like we got a king size bed here in the bedroom. Might be a shorter king that is coming with standard, but certainly could fit a residential king here in this space. Got an electric fireplace in here, so nice electric heat source in the bedroom there. Kind of nice accent wall spot for a TV there if you wanted to install the TV. Could also do a TV right on this spot there, which would probably be my preferred spot because you could put a little bit larger TV on that ledge. On our windows, we have the pull down black pleated shades. And then as we turn back around this way, got outlets and USB ports next to the bed here. We also have storage underneath the bed. So you can see our storage space under there. And then coming along this way, got some wardrobe storage through here, so spot to hang clothes. And then some shelving through this space. Individual reading lights for each person over the bed, and then USB ports on the side of the bed with a USB Type-C plug on each side. Then we go back into your second full bathroom. Now back through this one, you have a residential style toilet in here. So even like a wooden solid toilet seat on that, not plastic. Very nice. We also have liquefied in here. This is a black tank treatment for your RV that you can get at Blue Compass stores all across the country, as well as Amazon and Walmart. So this is going to make sure that everything goes into your toilet, gets liquefied as it states, and make sure your RV stays smelling fresh, black tank stays healthy and operating as it should. And that's something you can get at Blue Compass stores across the country. Now this bathroom is very impressive. It's hard to really explain how great the space is in here. So if I get behind the camera, try to show you, I mean, there's room to walk around this bathroom. I mean, my arm is fully extended and I'm able to swing my arm around. I kind of have long arms. I don't know how long they are exactly, but they aren't short. And with my arm fully extended, I have quite a bit of room in here. So this is a very roomy space, lots of floor space just to operate with in general. Good room around the toilet, some hooks right there to hang things, and then we have a his and her sink, solid surface countertops even into the bathroom. As we close that up, see underneath here, got your storage space there. Underneath this space, doesn't look like there's any individual shut-off valves on water lines that I can identify. Stick the camera up in there. Yeah, I don't see that. All that means is if you did have a water leak, you would have to just turn off water to the whole camper to fix that leak and stop it from occurring, and then turn the water back on once you fixed it. Same plywood drawer construction there. And then as we turn to the left, we have our shower. Same thing, kind of a step up into the shower, and no skylight in here. So you do have the seat in this one, so you do have an ability to sit down if you're taller. But if I step in here, ceiling height in here is probably good, again, for about 6 feet. It's pretty much the exact same as the other shower. So if I sit down, then we have a nice spot here. Shower head over the top, you have the wand, and then a body sprayer, and almost like a foot sprayer right there. So multiple different spray ports on this shower setup, and then you have your vent fan here with that light again. Glass shower door, and this is a plastic 2-piece shower. As we step back outside, that's pretty much everything except for the loft up over the top, because we got to have more sleeping space than this, right? So we got our stairs going up to the top, and you have a massive, very tall loft space here. Look at all the storage along the back wall. Now, if you are interested in this RV, or any RV in general for that matter, first of all, here at the Hershey RV show, you can see this particular one that we were taking a look at is here at this Blue Compass RV display. And this is going to be kind of in the back corner of the Hershey RV show. So you can see the end of the display ends back there. And if you've been here before, it's right up against the side of the Giant Center in the background. But you can kind of see there's a walkway leading to this space. So you can find it here at the Hershey RV show, or there's a link down below in the pinned comment and description of this video where you can find over 100 different Blue Compass RV dealership locations across the United States. All of them are going to sell the Aurora product. In fact, the Aurora product is exclusive to the Blue Compass RV family, so you will only find it at Blue Compass stores, and there's a link down below in the pinned comment and description where you can find a store close to home for you, as they have over 100 stores across the United States. Huge area that kids can hang out. So as I set the camera up, you can see as I crawl around here, this is a big enough space to crawl around on all fours. It's, you know, a spot where I'm trying to think like what age of a child might be able to stand up in this spot, but it's probably almost 3 feet tall right here. Usually these lofts are about somewhere around like 30 to 36 inches tall, somewhere in that ballpark. I don't have a tape measure on me, unfortunately, but as I sit down here, you can see I can easily sit down here. Now, I'm about to be a father. My first child is on the way in the end of January, and it's got a whole different perspective looking at campers like this, where I think like, man, this would be an awesome spot to come hang out and do stuff with my kids. As a grown adult, it's large enough and big enough for me to come up into this space, hang out with my kids if I want to, and still have a comfortable space where I don't feel like I'm just like completely trapped in this area. So lots of workable room. You even have the dividing curtain right here if you need some privacy between multiple people sharing this space. And then as we come along this way, pretty thin mattresses, but you can, you know, put various different types of mattresses in something like this. Got your outlets right there as well. And then you got your nice storage along the back wall. Open this up, just show you one of these so you can see. Yeah, it's open storage there. Never sure if it's gonna be open or shelved, but just open storage on that. Got your windows all through this area. AC right above your head, so nice and cool up in this space. And then this AC will be ducted down into the bedroom as well. So that's why they have, you see right here, before I get ahead of myself, they run the ducting from the AC system down through here to get it down to the bedroom. So that is how that AC and how that air is getting back into that space. Then over here, you have a little bit more of a shallow loft in this area. Really cool view out into the rest of the destination trailer though. That's definitely the cool aspect of this particular loft, is you have not just a really big sleeping surface, more shallow ceiling height, but you also get a view to the rest of the camper. So if you have a little one that's a little bit more of a social bug or anything like that, great spot for them to be able to have their own space but still feel like they are connected to the rest of the group here in the camper. And then you have your stairs going down, have a grab handle along the stairs as well. And we step back to the living room area. So very curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. In regards to the conversations around European campers, there's so much more to come on that, but I think if you made it to this point in the video, the biggest thing that I think I realized and just learned in my experience traveling to Europe is, regardless of what people say on the internet in regards to RVs and like their quality and different things like that, when it comes to what Americans actually spend their money on, it's not the highest, most quality things. It's more stuff like this that is the biggest possible option that either they can afford or that their truck can tow, and at a price that they're able to justify. And usually that's tends to be like the lowest price possible. Now, there may be some degree of variance there where this is at $60,000. Maybe you want a $70,000, $80,000 destination trailer that comes with that little higher degree of quality. But I can tell you, if something like this did exist in Europe, it would be about $300,000 to $400,000. That would be the only option that would even exist in Europe. So I just want to put that out there as these videos from Europe come out, because I put a couple of them out already, and people are definitely commenting like, oh my gosh, that is so expensive and so overpriced. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's just different degree of quality. And it's making me understand that Americans definitely seem to value size over everything else. So I'm curious your thoughts and perspective on that. But this here is about as big as it gets in the United States for the least amount of money, which I think is part of what makes America awesome, is you have the ability to buy something this massive for just $60,000. I don't know that that exists anywhere else in the world, really. If it does, let me know down below in the comments. But curious your thoughts on what you think about this destination trailer. I know that we just took a look at the, at the inside portions of this. Everything else on the outside is pretty simple. You got your tandem axle setup on here. It's aluminum siding with wood framing. I'll give you a quick look around. Spot for dog leash on the back here. Again, your rear access door. And then as we come along this way, rack and pinion style slide out mechanism. Got your slide out box here, and it doesn't look like there's any ladder installed, so probably going to be equipped to attach a retractable ladder, which yes, it is right there in the corner. Got your water connections along this side, tankless water heater, 50 amp power connection, and it does have a MORryde CRE 3000 suspension system. So they did improve the suspension system on here, not coming with just a stock standard kind of leaf spring suspension. You also have your black and gray tank dump valves right here. It looks like everything for the whole camper comes to this one spot, although there are 2 valves right there. And then actually we have three, another one right here. So three different valves all coming to one area there. And as we come along this way, storage underneath the bed, access to that from outside. Outdoor shower, again, more water connections, black tank flush valve right there to flush out your black tank with pressurized water, and two 30-pound propane bottles with a manual tongue jack. So curious your thoughts on what you think about this, if you could see yourself traveling in this or making this a home away from home. And again, just one of the, least expensive campers you will find in all of the world for the size that you're getting. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.